Welcome back to the channel, guys. Okay, we've got a very unusual little hatchet hammer type deal. I'm sure it's something that roofers would use for shingles. I'm not quite sure though, because it doesn't have the nail ripper. But this is an interesting little piece. I think I'm going to take the hammer head itself and smooth it off rather than have the parts for the nail holders. But it should be neat. It's been neglected. You can see the handle's very worn. Lots of cracks, I'd imagine, by the look of the handle and the head. This has been just left outside. So we'll clean this up, give it a new handle, and it should be much better and easier to use. Okay, let's just see how good of a job they've done with this. Ooh. So we actually had a total of 7 nails holding this head in. I guess one wasn't enough. Now I did notice this when I was looking at it initially. There's a crack right there. It's very thin, so I'll have to weld that up. So this has been soaking for 24 hours, or overnight, you know. This is, as you see, I just now pulled it out and just wiping the stuff off. There is no rust. Okay, let's start by welding this hatchet head up. You see, it's got to look a little very fine. I don't think it's cracked, to be quite honest. It looks like when it was forged. You can see that there, how thin that is right here. I'm going to insert a piece of copper in the inside there to try and stop it from blowing out. Unfortunately, I don't have a MIG welder. Well, actually it's not a MIG welder because it doesn't have gas. I don't have the gas. I just have the flux core, so that burns hotter, and it's usually for welding up thicker material. But we'll see if we can weld this one up. Because like I said, I just don't have a bottle at the moment, so let's see. But I do have copper that I can stick in there. Anyone that knows me will know it's easy for me to get copper pipe, so you can work out how I can get that. And tell me in the comments, how do you think I get pieces of copper pipe? Anyway, let's see if we can get this in the vise to hold it, and we'll see if we can weld it up. And yes, before anyone those smart people out there says anything, you can see here, this vise is not mounted, but it's more than stable enough just to hold this little hatchet head while I do this. Now always remember, when you're going to weld something, safety first. This is what we're going to weld. You can see I got 2 pieces of pipe in there. I've used the copper pipe because I can weld to right here, hopefully, a very small weld, and the copper will stop the steel from the weld actually blowing through. Because we just literally want to get this edge piece right here, pulls up a little bit of space. So should be, well, hopefully we can do it. Normally, like I said, that the wire I have is for thicker steel. There's a good chance we're going to blow a hole through it, even on the lower setting. I guess there's only one way to find out, because I am not a certified welder by any means. And well, we'll see. But anyway, like I said, make sure whenever you weld, have a good quality pair of gloves, or auto tint and helmet. Really should you wear sleeves or long sleeves, because the UV light given off by the welder will actually give you sunburn, believe it or not. And of course, at the end of the day, you really need to have appropriate footwear on too. Just like, oh no, not those. No, only joking. But yeah, sparks will fly everywhere, so just be aware of that. And fingers crossed to see if we can get some welding done. Okay, I'm halfway through grinding this. I don't know if you want to see what I was actually doing, but you see I've actually ground half of it down. You can see inside there where there used to be the split right here. You can actually see a little bit where the metal is, where I put the copper on the inside. And I got this blob to blob to grind down. Now welds is a high carbon steel, and it's extremely hard to grind down. It took me probably 20 minutes with this tungsten carbide cutter tool. I'll film a little bit of it so you can see how slowly that takes it down, and then I'll do the rest, you know, so I'm not throwing these little bits of metal everywhere, but just to give you an idea. Now the rotation of this is throwing things towards me, but what that does, it kicks it back, so if it catches, it's not going to fly off towards me. Just like that. I don't want to have my fingers or anything anywhere near that. Okay, that's ground down with the tungsten carbide. You can see I got it pretty smooth. I haven't done a sanding roll on there or anything. You can see it got rid of the little crack that was in there. Go ahead. Okay, it's a different day. Wow, it might actually be 3 days after the last time I worked on this, but anyway, let's get back to have a good quick look at this, where the weld was inside. This camera, I don't know why it's very difficult to get it to focus up close. Oh, that's not too bad. Let's see, it was extremely thin. It's got covered up with that new piece of metal anyway. So this video, I've done hammer handles before, I've done knife handles which have been split in different scales or whatever. This video I'm going to attempt to do my own hatchet handle, hammer handle, whatever you want to call it. I could buy one locally, be a lot quicker, but hey, what's the sense of being quicker if you can take lots longer and have stuff that might not turn out too good anyway. So let's see. Now it's very difficult to get hickory or ash plain cut wide enough for a handle. I don't know why. There's something about this area. I can get it quite easily in 5/8 inch thickness in a board, but the guy that's literally the only local supplier does not have anything thicker than 5/8. I'm sure I'd have to go to Houston to actually get something with some thickness. So my go around for that, sorry if the audio goes off a little bit, so I have to lean over here. It's actually quite big. Is this? Just bring the camera out a little tiny bit so you can actually see what the hell it is I got here. Now this is the handle for a wheelbarrow. It won't fit all the way across the screen because it's actually 6 foot long. But the good thing is, let me see if I can bring it around so you can actually see it. That doesn't actually say it. Anyway, this is ash. It might be hickory. No, actually it's hickory. So this is the stuff you'd normally have for handles. So this, in this length, I can get an axe handle out of this. but not so much with the sculptured part because I just don't have the thickness. But I can do quite a few tool handles for sure. So this is what we're going to try and do. I'm going to cut this down, and this is going to be the basis of the hammer, hatchet, handle, whatever you want to call it. Okay, let's rough cut this down to length with my very inappropriate wood cutting saw. Have to use what you got to use though, huh? Probably works better if I turn the speed up a little bit. Alright, well, that's the roughest of rough cuts, which I really don't care. As I've said on many of my other videos, the effort it takes me to rearrange stuff so I can actually put my table saw in here is just ridiculous, so much better to go with the easy option. Right, let's trace out on here how we want the handle to look. I think I'm going to go with this is off another Hatchet handle they have, but I'm not going to do the squareness of it. I think it looks kind of weird. This will give me an idea of the profile, seeing as I've never done one of these before. And of course that will give me a chance to use my trusty bandsaw that I've got outside. I apologise if there's a constant whirring noise in the background. That's actually my AC unit that's in the window. It's getting towards that time of year down here in southeast Texas where it's unbearably hot. Those of you from the colder climates, like from where I'm originally from England, you only think you know what humidity is like until you come here. This place is unbelievable. I've lived here for almost 20 years now and I still don't really believe how hot it can get in the middle of summer. Anyway, I digress. I just need to get the white balance come up a little bit. No, not really. Anyway, I've got the outline there. Let's go ahead and go outside and rough cut this down. So we have a blank. I'm going to split this down the middle. Not quite down the middle. I'm going to shave some off anyway. Right, meet you outside. Right, I've already traced out the profile type, and it's oversized, so I can shave it down. I'm going to give it a bit of a lip on the top. Like I said, bear with me because this is the first time I've done a handle. Hopefully it will go well. I guess we'll find out in a second. A little bit. Well, a second for you guys, because that's the beauty of editing. For you anyway. Okay, I think I'm going to rough this in with the belt sander. Mainly for a time concern. Like I said, I haven't done this before, so don't really want to be taking too much time. I've got videos I need to be doing, well, I want to get out for you guys. But let's see how this one goes. The only trouble is I hate this because it makes such a mess in the workshop. It's awful. I guess that's what dust extraction is for, but you know, let's go ahead and just choke myself to death. Again, I like to use the dust mask when I'm doing anything like this for these fine particles. It might not. They may say that it doesn't affect your lungs now. I'm sure that's what they said to people that were using asbestos all those years ago. So I really don't want to be coughing my guts up when I'm older because I didn't have the fortitude to wear something so simple that could really affect you later on. This is the type of mask. So I'll show you in another video. They're kind of neat. Makes you look kind of weird, but they work good and they don't steam up. You know, I wear glasses and that's nothing worse than wearing a dust mask that makes your glasses steam up. And as an added bonus, if the neighbours come round, you can kind of make them scared. Alright, refine this handle a little tiny bit. I'm liking it. It's already got much of the profile there. And it really wasn't too bad. I thought it was going to be a lot more difficult than that. But anyway, let's smooth this off a little bit. Okay, this axe is pretty sharp already, but I think we can refine the edge a little bit. We'll see. The first grit was 400 grit. This next one's going to be 800. And the fun part, let's see if we can get this to fit on this handle that it's made. Wow. Not bad for a first attempt. What do you think, what guys think? I already split the handle at the top. Got a little bit of a gap there. I think that's to be expected for someone's first time I've ever made a handle. I think anyway. Alright, get a little bit of sandpaper. I want to get a coat of boiled linseed oil on this tonight. I don't have the wedges. I'm going to cut a walnut wedge to go in here. But I don't have the cross wedge. And as much as I'd like to just do it like that, I'm sure I'd get hammered in the comments, so I'm not going to. Which really I should just do what I want to, but you know. What the hell. Let's go ahead and we'll put a little bit of this linseed oil on there. Okay, that's that cut off. If you can see that, I really like that. I like the tone, the difference in tone. Almost seems like a shame to put a wedge in there, but I'd hate to have it flying, because this is for a hatchet. I know you can see some people on YouTube that have them that they can shave with them. This, I'll tell you what, that wouldn't take much to sharpen this up just so you could actually shave with this either. It's really sharp. But let's go ahead and put this wedge in here. I'm only going to put in one. I really don't even want to do that, to be perfectly honest, but I'm sure I'm going to do something wrong. I'm sure people will tell me in the comments. I'm sure they'll also tell me in the comments not to talk while I'm hammering. Well, I really don't think that's going to come off, do you? While I think about it, let's go ahead and put some more boiled linseed oil on there. And I think we can call that project finished. Which is always a good thing, because you know what that means. That means I get to start working on another one for you guys. Trying out new tools, new methods. The new methods for me anyway. I really hope that at some point along this, if you stay along this journey with me when I'm doing different tools, that you'll learn a little bit, maybe a little bit something. I know I'm learning a whole bunch. Actually, let's bring you down a little bit closer. There. Now this will give you a chance to see how much I've already done the first coat, or soaking I should say, so you can see how much of it actually soaks in the first time, because there's not going to be a whole lot visible. Yes, it's going to be shiny, but see when I wipe it on there, it's not changing the colour of the wood at all. It's just soaking into the grain a little bit more. See, it's a little bit darker along here. So that initial putting the linseed oil on the handle, it soaks in really good even on the first application. And to be quite honest, it's very tactile. It's kind of nice. I'll let that soak into that for a little bit, wipe off the residue, and I think we'll call that a day. Well, that's another one complete. I think it looked nice, just keeping the original patina, just buffed up a little bit, as you know. I made this new handle, give it a little bit of edge, so if I want to I can actually use it again, and I think I will. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily use it for hammering nails in, but as a little hatchet, it's kind of neat. Anyway, tell me what you think in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, because you know I always tell you I have a bunch more of these to do, hammers and actual tools. Got lots and lots of tools to do. But talk to me in the comments, pick up on things I've been saying in the videos, comment on that. I'll always talk back to you, and have a great day. I'll see you on the next one.